So the other day, the Acolyte was confirmed to be finally canceled, which a lot of people were pretty happy about. I actually made a video on this, you can see it here. And following that, I did not really know what was going to happen with the fan base. I know there were some people that liked the Acolyte, but a large majority, at least from what I saw, was people that really just did not like the show, thought the writing was just bad, and thought the show as a whole was kind of just disrespectful to the franchise. You know, bringing in people like Yoda and Plagueis into the show was just a little unnecessary for a lot of people. So like I said, I wasn't really sure what was going to happen after the show got canceled. I saw a lot of people rejoicing on Twitter, and I also saw a lot of people really upset on Twitter. As for the overall cancellation of the Acolyte, if you put it in on Twitter, a lot of people are just, they're not sorry for it. People are fine with it being canceled. I think this one up here is a pretty good point. Disney was like really pushing for the show, and then all of a sudden it's canceled. It's just scrapped. Things like this, we just don't see this happen often with Disney stuff. More recently, I remember Willow was a show that got completely just scrapped off of Disney Plus, which is kind of crazy. Another good reason, by the way, to buy physical media, because if you only have things digitally and it gets scrapped by the producers, you will never have it. So that was crazy. But following this, I thought people were excited that the show was over. I think most people still are, but then all of a sudden there's a petition. And as you can see here, it's called Renew the Acolyte. It's got 6,000 signatures. The goal is 7,500 for the next goal. And it's got all these people showing their support. I will not be on here, obviously. But a big problem for me with this Renew the Acolyte petition here is that it's just not going to work. I don't believe this is ever going to work. Even if you get 50,000 signatures, Disney has to get hundreds of thousands of viewers per episode, by the way, to even think that this is worth creating a season 2. And it's partially why they scrapped season 1. They understood that, okay, the viewership's not where we want it to be. We spent $180 million on this show, and it's not even to the point of where it was for other shows. Obi-Wan, for instance, had high viewership ratings for having, I think, like half this budget. And things like that. Other shows, too. We got Mandalorian and Andor having great season finale viewership numbers on the Nielsen charts. The season finale for this show and a couple of the other episodes just didn't even really make the Nielsen charts, which is a problem for Disney. They should always be on there, especially with Star Wars. A franchise this big should be pouring money out. I mean, they should have money coming in left and right. Again, I just don't think this is going to work, because if it gets 50,000 signatures, let's say, Disney doesn't have to move a muscle. They don't even have to. They won't even look at this. Yeah, 50,000 people are supportive. Great, thanks. And I just don't think they're going to care enough. On that same note, though, I wanted to talk about this because I saw this actually on Reddit here, and it's the merchandise for the Acolyte. So if you type in on Disney's shop, the Acolyte, yesterday, there were no results found for the Acolyte. So they scrapped the whole entire shop off of Disney, which is crazy to me because they've not done something like this before. There was an outpouring of, we do not like this show to all of Disney. That was the real petition. The petition was just an outpouring, basically a cry from Star Wars fans saying, we don't like this. We don't want this. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep putting the franchise in this direction? And finally, they listened. So this is a step in the right direction. Following this, I went for myself and tried to type in on the Disney website, on the merch area, I typed in the Acolyte. And yeah, it's basically scrapped. I mean, it just takes you to there's prequel stuff and old stuff here. I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. We've never seen something like this before, and I don't know if we will again. I hope not, at least, because Star Wars is a really extremely important franchise, and to keep getting shows like this, they just can't do it at this point. They just stood 10 toes and said, we are done with the Acolyte. I mean, scrapping it from the website, that means they're not making even anything off the merch sales. It's a crazy feeling. It is a crazy feeling, and I feel like Star Wars, could be turning a new leaf, Disney Star Wars. And all I'm going to say is I'm excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and the Ahsoka Season 2 and Andor Season 2. Those are where our focuses should be for now. If we're going to do something, let's do it something new. Let's do it outside of the Skywalker timeline. Completely outside of it. I don't want to see Yoda anymore. Like, I just don't. I don't want to see my favorite characters just being ruined. And I do not want to see an adaptation of Plagueis like that ever again. Let's stick to the books. We have great, amazing books. If we want to tell Plagueis' story, let's tell it. You guys have literally a key to the kingdom right there. There's a book, and it's a great one. But But yeah, I think it's crazy. I really can't believe Disney decided to do this. It kind of blows my mind for the company that Disney is and the way that they operate, that this would ever happen. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think down below. Are you excited that they took the Acolyte off? I mean, I'm pretty excited, to be honest with you guys. And I'm wondering if they're going to scrap it off Disney Plus next. I guess we'll see. But hope you guys all have an amazing, blessed day. May the force be with you. Enjoy the day. See you in the next one.